Welcome to our deep dive into Pokemon Go Spotlight Hours for November 2025. Let's jump right in and talk about these weekly events that really spice up the gameplay.
Absolutely. I'm stoked to talk about that. So, these spotlight hours happen every Tuesday at 6 p.m. local time, correct?
Yup, exactly. Every Tuesday from 6 to 6:59 p.m. local time. What's cool is that during this hour, spawn rates for one specific Pokemon are cranked up, giving trainers extra reasons to log in.
That's right. And it's not just about more spawns, right? There's usually additional bonuses like double candy or XP. That adds a whole new layer to the strategy, doesn't it?
Right, absolutely. It's like, think of it as a bonus booster hour. If you're trying to power up or evolve a particular Pokemon, you can literally plan your game time around these events to get the most out of them.
Yeah, that's spot on. So let's get into the specifics. November 2025 features 4 spotlight hours with unique bonuses. The first one on November 3rd features Weedle, correct?
Yes, November 3rd is all about Weedle. And interestingly, catch a Weedle, and you might be rewarded with Beedrill Mega Energy. It adds an extra strategic goal beyond just building up your collection.
Now, I'm curious about that bonus. It seems like a neat way to push evolution strategies, but I've seen some debates. Do you think it's enough incentive compared to regular catches?
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, it's like, um, while the Mega Energy reward is a solid bonus, it might sometimes feel a bit limiting if you're not already set on evolving to Beedrill. But for those invested in
I
that
get
evolution path, it's super valuable.
And then there's November 11th, which highlights Morlul, right?
Exactly. Morlul takes the spotlight on November 11th. This event is great if you're trying to lock down those additional encounters with a Pokemon that's sometimes tough to find.
Kind of like a scavenger hunt where the odds are temporarily stacked in your favor.
Right, it's like, imagine you're in a dense forest and suddenly the trail lights up with Morlul. It's an invitation. And then on November 18th, Sableye is featured, with a chance to grab Sableye Mega Energy on catch.
That's an interesting twist. I'm a fan of Sableye, but I wonder, is the opportunity for Mega Energy truly game-changing, or is it more of a nice-to-have bonus?
That's where opinions can vary. In my view, it's a really neat incentive if you're building a battle strategy that includes mega evolutions. Sure, if you're not into that, it might seem less impactful, but it's definitely a nod to diversity in gameplay.
Absolutely, that makes sense. And then we wrap up November with Scraggy on the 26th, which is also themed for a spotlight hour.
Exactly. Scraggy gets its own hour on November 26th. It's a cool setup because all these events focus on different Pokemon, each with potential bonuses like shiny availability, though it's explicitly mentioned that shiny rates aren't boosted during these hours.
Yep. Speaking of shiny Pokemon, it seems like the increased spawn rate inherently gives players a better chance at finding a shiny, right?
Yes, it's kind of a numbers game. See, while the shiny rates remain constant, you're encountering a ton more Pokemon in that 1 hour. So the probability of stumbling upon a shiny naturally goes up just by volume.
That's a neat trick. One thing I find interesting is how these events fit into overall game strategy. For instance, some trainers are even planning their transfers and evolutions around these spotlight hours.
Exactly. Like say you're carrying a stack of Pidgey that you need to evolve for more XP, you might wait for a spotlight hour that has double XP on evolving Pokemon. It's all about maximizing rewards.
Right, am I right? But one could argue that this creates a kind of inflexibility. Players might feel forced to log in at a specific time to maximize gains.
True, but it also fosters a sense of community, like a weekly meeting point for players. And it adds a timing-based challenge that many find exciting. It's a balance,
I see
really.
your point there. And what about the strategy for managing your Pokemon inventory during these events? I've seen players use spotlight hours to dump extra or less needed Pokemon in favor of getting more candy.
That's a smart move. For example, if you're sitting on a bunch of legendary Pokemon you want to offload, you can take advantage of a double transfer candy bonus during a spotlight hour to get that extra boost for evolutions or powering
Intelligent
up.
indeed. It's almost like scheduling your own mini workout sessions for your Pokemon collection, right?
Exactly. It's like personalized training sessions. You plan, you execute, and then you reap the rewards. And even if you're after new shiny catches, Picking the right event can really optimize your time.
Yeah, totally. I also noticed that the spotlight events sometimes have a note emphasizing that while shiny chances don't increase, the sheer volume implicitly boosts your odds. It's a clever way to keep the risk-reward balance in check.
Yep, it's a subtle nudge towards playing smart. It's like, even though nothing changes on paper for shiny odds, your actual chances can be better when you're clicking
Right,
through
exactly.
hundreds of spawns.
Now, aside from the event bonuses, there's also a section about ad settings, right? It explains how to allow ads on the site so the content remains free. Does that connect in any way to the game features?
It's kind of a meta note. It reminds us that these guides and events thrive thanks to ad-supported content. While it's not directly related to gameplay, it tells us that if you want to keep enjoying detailed event schedules, you might want to, adjust your ad settings.
I see that. However, I must say, the integration of ad guidance seems a bit out of place when you're fully immersed in game strategy talk. Don't you think?
Fair enough, that's a good observation. It can feel a bit jarring to switch gears from gaming strategy to technical ad settings, but I suppose it's a necessary reminder, especially for free content platforms that rely on ad revenue.
Exactly. So, if I were a player planning my November schedule, what would be your top tip based on this content?
My top tip would be strategic planning. Around those bonuses. Map out which Pokemon bonuses align with your goals, be it evolution XP boosts, candy farming, or catching a rare shiny, and then sync your gameplay schedule accordingly.
Yeah, that's really savvy advice. And remembering that the bonus events bring not just enhanced catching opportunities, but also encourage smart inventory management, right?
Exactly. Think of it like a weekly tactical match. Each event offers a unique objective, and by planning your moves, you're not just playing, you're strategizing on multiple fronts.
Right, that's the beauty of it. Plus, the staggered schedule in November with Weedle, Morlul, Sableye, and Scraggy gives variety. It also means you're likely to encounter Pokemon that you might not have prioritized otherwise.
Definitely. And this variety keeps the game fresh. It challenges you to maybe experiment with different evolution paths or even explore different battling strategies.
That's a perfect way to put it. Now, I wonder, do you think these events could evolve even further in the future? I mean, could Niantic or the community add even more intricate bonuses?
Oh, absolutely. It's like there's potential to integrate, dynamic challenges during the Spotlight Hour itself, maybe mini missions or puzzle elements that could make the time window even more interactive.
That's really interesting. Although I have to respectfully say, some players might worry these extra layers could complicate what is currently a clear and simple event structure.
I get that, and it's a fair critique. There's always a risk that too many moving parts could overwhelm the casual player. But if implemented with balance, it might actually enrich the experience without alienating anyone.
Right on, balance is key. In a nutshell, it sounds like November 2025's schedule is a great mix of bonuses and opportunities, telling us that the Pokémon Go experience is tailored for both strategic plays and pure excitement.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that Pokémon Go isn't just about catching monsters, it's about timing, strategy, and making the most out of every server event.
Indeed. And for those who follow these hours religiously, not only do they have more fun, but they also optimize their progress significantly.
Exactly. It's like the perfect blend of planning and spontaneity. Even if you're just casually playing, knowing when these events are can give you that extra edge in your journey.
Right, definitely. It's been great unpacking all these details, the dates, the bonuses, and even the extra tips on ad settings to keep those helpful guides free.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic conversation. Whether you're after mega evolutions or just chasing shiny Pokemon, November's Spotlight Hours offer something special every week.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Thanks for such an insightful discussion. I think any devoted trainer will feel pumped to set their alarms for Tuesdays in November 2025.
Lean into those Spotlight Hours, strategize, and most importantly, have fun catching them all.